think that shit is dirty. Yeah, there we go. All right. All righty. Okay. Whoops. All right. Let's just spread the word. Okay. Okay. Damn, I wonder, can they hear the ice cream truck? Yo, what up, Dave? What's going on, player? How you feeling today? I'm just out here, sending out the usual text, letting them know, amen, amen. How you feeling, bro? All right. I'm all right. Back is a pain. Sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Just, taking it easy today. Taking it easy. No rain today. The weather was pretty nice. You enjoying the weather? I think I can clear all of that. Boom. I should have threw my contacts on. I'm gonna have to lean forward when it's time to read the chiz at. BBL Dashy reporting for duty. Ow. What up, Dash? David says, I went out for a little, didn't do much though. All right, I hear that. Yeah, the weather's nice. I went out for a few minutes too. Had to run an errand earlier. It wasn't too bad. Um, all right. Just give people a few minutes and then we'll be good to go. Um, bum, 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 bum. What else is going on? Let me see. Um, I think I could put this on my story too. Let me see. Dash, Dave says, hey, what's good? How are you feeling? Dash says, getting better day by day. Thank you. Nice. Take it easy, Dave says. That's right. Take it easy. That is important. Mention Weeknights. Oh, Instagram. What are you doing? Instagram bugging out. All right, let's see if that helps out. Dave says, I'm going to try to make a shepherd's pie tonight. Woo! That's fly right there. Hopefully it turns out okay. Yeah. Chef David on deck. Dash says, will do. Can't wait to get back on the mic with my co host. Yeah, man. We need you back. Heal up so you can get up over here. I ain't going to be doing these lives forever. You know what I'm saying? Definitely need a co host back. And just share this to Weeknights feed. And boom. All right. Let me see if my guest is ready. Got a little guest for y'all today. Nod says, hey. Dash says, you've been doing great. Thanks. But this was not a live show in its inception. So as soon as you're ready, Dash, your ass is coming back on camera. And I'm going on vacation, damn it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not going on vacation. All right. Check on my guest. Got a live correspondent here for you today. Hola, you made it back? All right. Weeknight starting in about 5 minutes. Just wanted to make sure you was ready. You good? All right, sweet. All right, I'll call you back in a few. All right, bye. Yeah, special guest here today. You know what I'm saying? I really hate this thing. I gotta get a lower something for this live. You know what I'm saying? Can't even see the shirt. You know what I mean? Lean back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just see half of X-Men. This is preposterous. All right. Getting started in 2 minutes. Dos minutos más. 2 more minutes. Let me go get it popping. Yo, Dave, I want to see what that shepherd's pie looked like. You know what I'm saying? Naj, you wasn't here yet. I don't know if you can see it in the chat. Our boy Dave said he's going to be hooking up a shepherd's pie tonight. We're going to see what that shepherd's pie looked like. You know what I'm saying? Shepherd's pie on deck. I never had shepherd's pie. Not really a pie guy. I like an apple crumb. You know what I'm saying? Apple crumb with some vanilla ice cream. Ooh, that hits the spot. But besides that, I don't really eat pie. I know shepherd's pie is not a regular pie, quote unquote. But never really had pie. Never really been a pie guy, I guess is the way to say it. But I am curious what that will be like. I remember at one point KFC was selling a shepherd's pie, and I was like, do people want shepherd's pie from KFC? Is that really worth buying? I don't know. But I remember seeing that and was like, probably not a good idea. But they had it for a minute. I don't think they have it anymore. All right, let me take a little ship of the water, and we're going to get started. All right. Let's do this thing. Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights live. We are live once again. We will be live the rest of this week, and hopefully next week Dash will be back because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Just kidding. I am JD, aka couldn't even talk. You see, trying to get off to the races too fast. Slow it down. I am JD, aka He Who Pods. Glasses on today. Ring light here today, which means also aka rear view mirror. What did David say here? I'm not really a pie guy like that, but I do eat pies. Apple, peach, lemon. Then you a pie guy, man. You a pie guy, that's 3 pies. And the shepherd make 4. You a pie guy. And that's fly. I'm not really one of those. But anyway, let's get the show started. So over the weekend there was some drama, and I thought we should start with the drama. Start a little messy today. There were lots of issues at a big event called Roots Picnic, and kind of weird. I wasn't there this year, but I was there the last 2 years, and I was at a different event this weekend. Maybe we'll talk about that later in the week. But Roots Picnic was this weekend, and apparently there was a lot of drama. There were issues with electric, with the rain. There were lots of delays. I saw some videos where people said that they were there, even though there was like a delay announcement, I guess. People were there, but then the time changed. So while they're on the line at, let's say, 2 o'clock, they're telling them, well, actually, now we're not going to be able to let anybody until 3 o'clock. Some people were online for hours and hours and hours, couldn't use the bathroom, couldn't get anything to eat. By the way, I just want to say to those people, because Dash sent me a video where people were saying, why are there no food trucks? There will never be food trucks on a line to go into a festival. I don't understand. Where do they do that? Is there another festival where they do that? Because I've never seen that at Roots Picnic. Food trucks on the line. Dash says, "Ooh, that sounds stressful." Yeah. So they were told to be there at 2. So the event, let's give some context. Normally, Roots Picnic is from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. There's performances at multiple stages throughout the festival. There's food, there's alcohol, good times, snacks, lots of porta potties, all of the things. But apparently, this time there was delay due to rain and electrical issues, and people were told be there at 2 o'clock. But then people were online and they couldn't get in even at 2 o'clock because then it was then announced, no, 3 o'clock. And so Dash says, usually good vibes. Yeah, Roots is usually cool. So I've only been there the 2 years. I can't speak for the 11 years they've been doing it. I do know last year they said it was the 10th year, if I'm correct. So anyway, yeah, there was a lot of drama. My understanding is that instead of canceling the performances that were missed, everything was just pushed back. So it no longer ended at 11. It ended at like 3 in the morning or something. Yeah, something like that. So I do know someone who was there, someone who's usually tuned into this live. It's my good friend Kia, Bestie. So we're gonna give Bestie a call and let her give us uh her experience. Let's let her talk a little bit about her experience at Roots Picnic, and we'll do that. So let's give Bestie a call here. Hola, we are ready for you on Weeknights. Are you ready? All right, throwing you on speakerphone so the folks can hear you. All right, hold on. I didn't do it yet. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't hear it, but he was like, "Hi, hello there. Hey, what's going on, guys?" All right, now I'm putting you on speaker.
Okay. Hello there.
All right, can y'all hear Kia before I start getting into it? Just let me know in the chat if you could hear Kia.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Dash says yes. All right, cool.
All right.
All
Awesome.
right, Kia. So I already gave a little bit of context about how Roots Picnic was a fiasco this year. That we spoke about it, but we wanted to get your take on what happened. So we know there was delays due to electrical issues and the rain. We know it was supposed to start at 11 a.m., but it ended up starting at 3 p.m. Give us your experience.
Okay, boom. None of that is right.
What?
Okay. So they said that the doors open at 1 o'clock. Okay.
Okay.
Then they sent an email to us at 1:17 or 1:18 ish and said that they're going to be opening the doors at 2 o'clock. Okay. 2 o'clock came and went. 3 o'clock came and went.
What?
At 3:55, there was an email, but the service was going in and out because it was raining. All the things, and, it was a big crowd, so
Right.
you wasn't really taking your phone in and out like that because it was pouring when it was actually raining.
Right.
So at 3:55, they sent the email saying that they're going to open the doors, but we still were standing out there. 5 o'clock, still standing there.
What?
There were people that were leaving. By the time we got inside, it was like right before 6 o'clock. And then at that point, it was like, okay, well, we stood online all that time. Let's go get some food. Forget what's happening on that side. Let's go get some food or something like that.
Right.
And then even standing on the line for food, that took another hour. And at that point, I forgot his name, but the guy that starts with an E with the crazy hair, he was on there, and he was supposed to be on at 3 o'clock, something ish. So yeah, they moved everything back. But the problem is because they moved everyone back, they put out these cards that was supposed to say like what time everyone that they pushed back, what time that they were supposed to be going on.
Yeah.
But then they still weren't coming on at that time.
Wow.
So if you weren't standing there, you don't know if that person went on or not, or if you missed it. Like we didn't get to see Young Jeezy because of like that specific thing.
Wow.
And who else? It was somebody else like that too. Lotto, we didn't get to see her either.
Damn.
And because she was in the stage all the way in the back.
Right,
so
right. The amphitheater.
back there, it's an endeavor to go over there. So,
sure is.
So that was the thing. And then it wasn't as packed. Like last year, I feel like everybody was standing elbow to elbow, like especially once it started to get late.
Right.
This time it wasn't really like that. It just was like everybody was sort of agitated.
Okay. That's understandable.
Yeah, like it was just busiest by the food carts and stuff like that. But the performances, Miguel, they get to see Miguel. He debuted some Spanish song.
Okay, he's done Spanish songs before.
Okay, I guess. So that threw me off. And then I don't. Oh, Maxwell was supposed to stay from Maxwell, but after that, like we ended up leaving after Miguel.
Oh, okay. And what time was that? What time was that?
I want to say that was maybe around 10.
Oh, so you left really early.
Yeah, but that's just it. Everything was sort of pushed back. Like everybody was saying, like how you were saying, it's supposed to be like everybody was still supposed to be performing.
Yeah.
And everybody still went on. I don't know until what time, but I'm just like, at that point, Miguel was supposed to be on hours ago. At that point, like he was supposed to already had did his 1-2.
Right.
Maxwell and so I think that was the last person for that particular stage.
Okay.
I feel like somebody else. But anyway, but then the next day, so everything was cleared up, but everybody was still pissed off and wanted their money back because there was a lot of people that left.
Right.
And then there was a lot of people that were sick. A lot of people were like throwing up and sick. And I know it's a very alcohol heavy event if that's all you're doing all day.
Right.
But it was a lot more people than I really remember from. Like, I don't really remember seeing anybody. Like,
Nah, I didn't see
whisked
anybody
away.
sick when we were there last year.
Right, like getting whisked away and like looking like they can't stand. But this year, it was so many that it was just like, is it because of the food? Is it that they don't like what's going on?
Right.
And so there's a few situations like that. And they were really lax on people sitting in the grass areas in the front.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember last year, it was a big thing. They didn't want anybody to sit down in the front.
Yep.
But they didn't really argue against it. They just said that they can't sit right in front of the stage.
Okay.
So it was like a big section like that. But what was the other thing? Oh, in the middle of Lenny Kravitz, his stuff went out. His mic went out a few times. And he was pissed off. He was pissed off. I was like,
rightfully
that's it?
so.
Right. I'm like, that's it? Like, like,
damn.
Like, damn, all right.
So there were a lot of issues on Saturday, but then Sunday wasn't carefree either.
No, it still was some stuff happening, but it wasn't like having to wait like going in the line from Saturday to Sunday night and day.
Okay.
They did actually have staff to help you get in.
Okay.
And then they had like all these videos online talking about it's clear today. Who cares? It was like we was all in combat walking through like 6-inch like my sneakers looked like I was training for war.
Damn.
Like when I finally was like, oh, I'm just gonna wipe them down. Wipe what down? It was caked in mud.
Damn.
And I like some rain, but it was really bad. Like, so that.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for giving us your account of what happened in person. They issued an apology. Did you see the apology?
Yeah, it was really How about you give me an apology back with like a discount? Or,
right.
I don't know. They could have did something. I don't know. I don't even know because the discount is not even suspicious. It's just like it was a time because people spend money to be there.
Yeah.
So can't really take that back.
Right.
So
valid point. All right. Well, thanks for giving us your account. We'll see you in the chat.
Okay, later. Bye.
Bye. All right. Let me find the apology. I see y'all going in the comments. Let me just find the apology so I can read it for y'all. Let's see. Is this it? No, that's not the apology. That's a progressive ad. Okay. Okay, I found it. Here is the apology from Roots. It says, we would like to say sorry. As we shared yesterday, the rain over the last 48 hours made the grounds unsafe. In an abundance of caution, we had to delay doors opening, resulting in the lines to get into the festival. Huh? We had to delay opening, resulting in the lines to get into the festival. That's a weird sentence. I did not read it wrong. Please understand, safety will always be our number one priority. We worked hard to make sure every artist will still get on stage and extend festival hours so all could perform without violating city noise curfews. Today is a new day and we will do better. There is no rain in the forecast, and we are making changes to improve the entry process and communication overall. We also have increased the number of Roots Picnic ambassadors that will be at the front gates. Okay, Kia said that. We appreciate your patience and understanding while we get ready for day 2. Doors will open at 1 p.m. See y'all soon. Heart emoji. All right, there it is, folks. That is the Roots Picnic apology. Let's go to the chat. I see y'all going in the chat. Oh, Dave said, yes, he could hear Kia. Dash said, this is wild. I would have left early too. That's a long day. I would have been left and demanded a refund. I would have wrote a letter, an email, all that. Dash says that apology was kind of trifling. LOL. It came off like, look, we're sorry, but yes, it's not a good apology. They should have offered some kind of discounts or something because it's really bad. I understand rain and it being an outdoor festival, but y'all knew rain was coming. Y'all should have been prepared or offered some kind of rain date free of charge, something. Uh, Dash says PR must have been on leave. They were away for the weekend. PR was like, public relations ain't working on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? We out. Kia says exactly. Yeah, I think offering people a discount next year or giving away some kind of free food or something. But rain is always possible when you do these things in the beginning of June, and this is always the weekend that Roots is. So to say that, oh, Dash said the same thing. Rain is always a possibility. They should be prepared for the elements. Yeah, exactly. They should be prepared. Tarps, whatever tents they need to do. Um, Rain is fine, but I don't understand why they would do that. Why they wouldn't be prepared, why they wouldn't have a rain date of some sort, because that rain, we all knew rain was coming. We all knew it was going to rain all weekend, weeks in advance. So if that's the case, they knew too. They could have prepared or said, okay, everybody, we're going to have to move it to whatever, June 8th or whatever, July 1st, who cares, whenever. And people could have made adjustments. But yeah, I don't think that was good. I wonder what the turnout will be like next year. What will be smart, and this is the last thing I'll say, what would be smart is to offer people like a 50% discount. If you can show your ticket from this year, we'll offer you a 50% discount on next year. Because honestly, after what happened, a lot of people online are upset. I saw lots of videos. I spoke to someone else who was there. And I don't know if people are going to come back in the same numbers that they normally do. I would offer a big discount next year. Or either that or you got to have like Jay-Z at that motherfucker. Like, you gotta have Drake at that motherfucker. You gotta have Kendrick, SZA. Like, you gotta have Michael Jackson hologram. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to make it really, really worth it. You. Oh shit. All right, let me just read this real quick. Dash says last thought. It seems like as it grows, they are having a harder time managing it. That makes sense. Kia said that would be cool at the discounts. This one made me bust out laughing. Kia said, and ban Meek Mills. Oh my god, that is too funny. Uh Dash says not Meek Mill, Kia. That is their beloved. Laughing my ass off. Well, apparently Meek Mills gave a speech about working hard, and then right after called people to the stage from the fans, from the audience, and said he would give women $5,000 to twerk on stage. That's what I was told. I was not there. But yeah, 5K for twerking. Make sure you work hard. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if people will come out in the usual numbers last next year, but that's what I would think. Offer some kind of discount. If you could show your ticket from this year or proof that you were there this year, then next year we give you X amount off. I don't know, 50% is enough. I mean, they still got to make their bottom line, whatever that is, but I think definitely got to be at least 30% minimum. So there's that. Uh, David says, laughing my ass off. Hey. Okay. So let's move on. Staying on music, the Clipse are back. That's right. Pusha T and his brother are back. Now, let me just start by saying Malice has a new name. Malice name is now No Malice. For those who don't know, Pusha T and his brother Malice, now No Malice. The Clipse broke up some years back because Malice went into religion. He went into the church. He didn't want to curse. He didn't want to do music. Lots of things, but we have heard him returning We've heard a couple of verses from him in the last couple of years, and now he is fully returned for a Clipse album that will be dropping. He says he found God. Correct. He found God, and so he's no longer Malice. He is no Malice, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that. So I can't play the song, but y'all should go listen to it. It is produced by Pharrell, of course, and the song is called Ace Trumpets. Okay. That just came out on Friday. And the album will be called Let God Sort 'Em Out. And that comes out on July 11th. Oh, it's not saying here. It's saying track one, track two, whatever. Yeah. Oh, there it is. July 11th. Yes. I was not paying attention. So July 11th, the album comes out. Ace Trumpets is already out. That is the single. And let me see if I can pull up the song credits just to verify. Um, yep, produced by Pharrell Williams. Now, one important change: this album is not coming out under Star Trek Records or any of that. It is being distributed by Rock Nation Distribution. I don't know if y'all can see it here, but it says right there, Rock Nation Distribution. And so hopefully y'all were able to see that. This is a big change. They say that this is being released in partnership with the Clipse and Rock Nation Distribution. Now, I got to look into this because my understanding was Rock Nation Records was no longer. And so maybe Rock Nation Distribution is the replacement, but I never heard of this before today. So that's something that I'm very curious about and I want to look into. I see y'all in the chat. Dash says we have an album date. Yes, finally. We kept hearing it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Now we have a single and we have a date. So I heard it twice. Pusha T starts it off. It's like a cappella for a few seconds, and then the beat comes in. Strong beat. Man, Pharrell made sure that he went in his production bag for this one. And I'll be honest, I like that. I like that the Clipse, and Pharrell has spoke about this before, it even kind of comes up in his Lego movie a little bit. But he has always had a relationship where Pusha T kind of brings the best out of him. Pusha T kind of makes him dig a little deeper than his normal production bag. And I think that's because of the type of production that Pusha T requires, the type of lyrics that Pusha T delivers, the type of songs that he makes, and that the Clipse make. It's not your average Pharrell pop song. It might be something more like, I guess the only one you could really compare it to is like Nori. But even with Nori, it's a little different because Nori doesn't speak as much about like the distribution, let's say, wink wink, as the Clipse and Pusha T specifically do. And so yeah, Dash says love the beat. Yeah, the beat is hard. Lots of bass, strong drums. I cannot play it. YouTube won't allow me to do so. Dash said reminds me of something, but I can't place it. I just think it sounds like older Clipse records. I think it sounds similar to early Clipse records. And I think that's a great thing. A great way to return is giving us the nostalgia of what we're used to and what we love from the Clipse. So I think this is a beautiful thing. And Malice, I'm sorry, No Malice sounds great. I mean, Push starts with the hook, then a verse. We know what Push could do, but we probably have more curiosity about No Malice because we've only heard a verse here and a verse there, even though he just returned. But he killed it. He killed it. He did really well. Sound like he been writing. Sounds like he got back in his rap bag. I mean, some people are saying it sounds like he never missed a beat, like he never stopped rapping. I think it's too soon to say that. I think we have to wait till we hear more. But this was a great verse from Malice. My favorite line is he said, I disappeared and reappeared without a voila. Or something similar like that, playing on the magic trick stuff. And so I thought that was really cool. That was a good way to say, like, nigga, I'm back. Dave says, have not heard anything yet. So there's only one song out from this Clipse album, which is the single that I just mentioned, Ace Trumpets. No Malice did rap. I think it was on Yachty's album. I can't remember who. It's a random rapper I don't really listen to that he had a verse up there, but he also had a verse on Pusha T's last album where he did exceptionally well. Um, so that's what's out that you can hear from No Malice, quote unquote. Um, but no other Clipse songs have come out yet. This is the first Clipse song that has been released since they reunited and since the announcement of the album. There have been some teasers that we've heard here and there. Some song was played at the Louis Vuitton show last summer or something like that. It was maybe longer, but that wasn't this, if I'm correct. So yeah, Dave, you haven't really missed anything. This is the beginning. So I'm curious to see what the rest of this album will sound like. Spotify says, and this is not an ad, but just looking at the release, it says it will be 13 tracks. So we're getting a full album. This is not an EP. We're getting the real deal here from the Clipse. Um, and I'm excited. I'm excited we have a date. I'm excited that it sounds good. I'm excited that Pharrell is producing it and really getting into his hip hop producer bag. It doesn't sound like some Poppy Gwen Stefani situation. Poppy Gwen Stefani. That guy's good. Didn't even mean to do that. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like hard hitting underground hip hop. And so I thought that was good. That's exciting to me. Lots of bass. You know, people in the cars will be excited to bump it. They got that, you know, when you're in the car and you hear that, it's got that kind of bass. So yeah, if y'all have heard it besides Dash, let me know what y'all think. Dash seemed to like it as well. She says she loves the beat. Dash, what did you think about No Malice verse? I mean, we love Push, but it's been a minute since we heard No Malice right beside him in this capacity. What did you think about that? Before we move on, just curious what your thoughts are. Key, I don't know if you heard it, but if you did, let me know. Curious what y'all thought about No Malice verse. And what do y'all think about the name change? I think it's funny. I think it's a good way to kind of make fun of yourself. I think it's a good way to say, like, you know, before anybody else takes this jab, let me do it first. You know, kind of a Eminem 8 Mile, if you will, to change your name to No Malice. So if y'all heard it, let me know what y'all think before we move on. Kia says, I have not heard it. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, Ace Trumpets. Check it out. Dash, what did you think of Malice? I'm sorry, No Malice's verse. Um, Kia says, I think he can play on his name in many ways. Yes. Yeah, I agree. And I thought this was a smart way to start off. Uh, I'm curious to see how creative he gets. Will he poke fun at himself during more songs? He doesn't really do it. He doesn't really make fun of himself in the song, but I know that the name flip is on purpose. Uh, David says, yeah, name was funny, but okay. Dash says, I think it was good. It was a nice kickoff to the album. Yeah. So actually, it's interesting that it's the single. Spotify shows that it is actually going to be track number 5. So I'm curious. I'm curious what the rest will sound like. Excuse me. Kia says, you know, I did finally hear the New York Knicks situations. Probably why they didn't win. Yo, you blaming the song on why the Knicks didn't win? That's foul. Funny, but foul. Dash says the song is short, lol. So I'm excited to hear more. I'm sure that's how it will be. In the streaming era, we don't really get 3 verses, and the Clipse didn't always do 3 verses. So I'm curious. I don't think we're gonna get 3 verses. 3 verses is not really happening very often today. Um, David says better he say it than someone else. Right. That's why I said 8 Mile. I'm a air my laundry out before you can. Dash says see at the Knicks. I don't think it was the song, man. I don't think it was the song. And I think it was good. There's on that remix, there's a bunch of people on it. And I think it's good that we're able to see New York unified that way. There's always talk of New York separation. I think it's good that we're finally seeing some New York unity amongst hip hop artists. Um, Anywho's, let's move on. I am on record saying I do not like the way Tiny Desk does things. I am not a big fan of Tiny Desk. However, they are doing something pretty fly, and I got to give props where it's due. Kia says the Knicks songs were cute. All right, well, what can you do? So NPR Music does Tiny Desk. For those who don't know, we speak about Tiny Desk up here sometimes, but Tiny Desk has just announced their June lineup. Kia said, "Oh no, nah, they're doing good stuff. They're doing good stuff, and I got to give props where props is due." And so, just like last year, and I think the year before that, Tiny Desk is honoring Black Music Month. So I'll read the caption first, and then I'll tell y'all who who was announced for the June lineup. It says this year we're celebrating Black Music Month with a month-long tribute honoring the anniversaries of landmark albums that have shaped the course of music and culture. All right, and so everybody they're putting up has some kind of anniversary. So I'll read that to y'all. It says A. Marie with the Backyard Band celebrating 20 years of touch. Okay, then it says Beanie Man. Oh, Beanie Man, that's right. Beanie Man celebrating 25 years of art and life. I know y'all excited about that one. Then E40 is celebrating 30 years of In a Major Way. Keisha Cole is celebrating 20 years of 20 years of The Way It Is. Okay. Then we got CC Winans celebrates 30 years of Alone in His Presence. Wiz Khalifa celebrates 15 years of Kush and Orange Juice. I see the chat. That's the girls them sugar. That's right. Alex Isley is celebrating 10 years of Luxury. I didn't know she was out that long. That's really interesting. I gotta go back. And Living Color celebrates 30 years of Time's Up. Oh, one more. Sorry. Stanley Clark. It says it's been 50 years since school days. And so those are the 9 performances that will be happening this month on Tiny Desk. And so I thought that was fly. I love that they are celebrating these anniversaries, these accomplishments, these accolades. And I love that it's like a wide range of people. You've got R&B, you got rap, you got reggae, you got R&B soul, I guess you could say. This is awesome. Everybody in this NPR announcement is celebrating some kind of anniversary, some kind of accomplishment. And I like that they're helping people celebrate in this way. I think this is really fly. And I'm going to tune into a couple of them now. I'm not going to say which ones yet because we probably going to come up here and talk about them. But yeah, we definitely going to talk about them, especially because Dash will be back soon. And let me let y'all know, Dash loves a tiny desk. Man, that lady loves a tiny desk. You be calling her, hey Dash, you ready to pre-pot? Oh yeah, give me a minute. I'm just watching Usher's Tiny Desk for the gabillionth time. You'd be like, damn, love a tiny desk. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Dash will be up there, excited and watching Tiny Desk, and we will definitely be talking about these Tiny Desk performances once Dash is back. Dash says, "Oh please, you just hate it." I'm on record with mine. You know what I'm saying? I am not the biggest fan of Tiny Desk. I don't love that platform. I don't think they allow people to get their full shine, and I don't understand how one person gets 11 minutes and another person gets 32 minutes when the 11-minute person is a legend and the 32-minute person, you'd be like, who the hell is this? But when they do something good, I try to give them their props. Okay? And this is good. And so we spreading love. We giving them their props. What do y'all think about this Tiny Desk announcement? Who are y'all excited to see on this Tiny Desk? Or rather this month? I'll be honest, I think the whole lineup is fly. The only one I probably will skip is E40. I got nothing against E40, but I don't know if I could sit through through an E40 Tiny Desk. He does got hits, and he's been featured on great records. So I'm not knocking E40. I just don't know if personally I can sit through an entire E40 Tiny Desk, even if it's only 11 minutes. Chris is here. Chris says, I made it. Yeah. We appreciate that. Dash says, this should be good, though. The Black Music Month lineup is always stacked. It sure is. He says, I saw that one earlier. Dash says, I think E40 came out today. Oh, so they started the month off swinging. That's great. And see, look, now it's out the way. I don't even got to worry. You see? Thanks, Tiny Desk. I appreciate you. Thanks. Anyway, again, who are y'all excited about for this Tiny Desk month of celebration? I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous for A. Marie. I'm a little nervous. I don't know if she got 12 minutes. I know one thing is like 4 minutes long, but I don't know what else. I don't know. And I'm a fan of A. Marie. I like A. Marie, but she's not gonna have Fab there to do her other single. She's not gonna have LL Cool J to do their song. I don't know what A. Marie's gonna do for 12 minutes, but I am very curious what A. Marie's Tiny Desk will sound like. So please let me know. One thing remix, LOL. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Chris. You can't do one thing for 12 minutes. And if they do that Juvenile shit, I'm going to be pissed off. And for those who don't know, Juvenile went up there and did back that ass up 3 or 4 times. I was pissed off. That is some grade A bullshit. That's not what the platform is for. Nobody goes up there and repeats songs. If you run out of songs, you should run out of time. Dash says Alex Isley, A. Marie, Beanie Man. Honestly, I'm on bed rest, so I'm probably watching it all. All right, well, it's going to be lit at the recovery house. That's what that means. Kia says, why don't we fall in love, right? Okay, so that's 2 songs. She's going to do the one with Fab, without Fab. That's 3 songs, which I don't know how it's going to work. But, I'm just a little nervous. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying she's incapable, whatever. I'm not saying she can't do it. I'm saying I'm a little nervous because after 2 or 3 songs, it's going to be like, all right, what you got? Because you might have to pull something out the back pocket. My back pocket is not up here. I didn't want to go like this. It looks weird. But you have to pull something out the back pocket. She has 5. What 5? What 5 she got? And now you probably looking shit up, but that's all right. What 5 A. Marie got? She's got one thing. She's got, well, to your point, Jay, her Tiny Desk would be 12 minutes and 34 seconds. How you know that? You looked it up, or is that a joke? Dash, let me know. Dave says, laughing my ass off, why don't we fall in love? Yeah, Kia said that. Kia said, why don't we fall in love? So Kia said she got 5. I'm saying I don't know if she got 5. She got the song with Fab, something love, how could we make it love, or something like that. She got, oh, Dash said it's a joke. You see, and that's where I think the real joke is, Dash. I think A. Marie, they're gonna fuck around and give her like 40 minutes. And we all gonna be looking at each other like, what happened here? Why is this still going? That's what I think. I don't think they're gonna do that. He says one thing, 1, why don't we fall in love? 2, talking to me. 3, and then exactly. David says she will sing, she will dance and sing. They not like us. Oh shit. That would be crazy. That would be crazy and unacceptable. Dash says, but for real, hers would likely be shorter. I don't think so. I think they're gonna fuck with us. I think they're gonna give her like 22 minutes for no ass reason. She could be doing mad album cuts that we never heard, and then like her new single that's probably about to drop. Naj said, laughing my ass off, you cold for that one. Amen. Just saying, I'm nervous. I'm nervous for her. That's all. Dash said, okay, so you think she's getting the 26-minute deal? Yup, sure do. She's going to be up there for 26 minutes and 59 seconds. And we're going to be looking at the TV, the phone, the tablet, just like, why is this happening? What's going on? Do anybody know these songs? Anybody? Kia says, laugh my ass off. Dash says, we will see soon. We will soon. Oh, my bad. We will soon have a chat here about other people. I can't read. I'm sorry. We will soon have a chat here about people other than Kendrick performing not like us because I'm tired. LOL. Listen, when you come back, we could do it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe between when you come back and now, maybe in between then, I'll perform not like us. Who knows? You know? Maybe maybe I go hit an open mic, do the remedy, and then as my second song, do not like us, just to have footage of me doing not like us for Dash. You know what I'm saying? Chris says LOL. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, who are y'all excited about for this lineup? Amory, Keisha Cole, Beanie Man, Alex Isley, CC Winans, Wiz Khalifa, uh, Living Color, Stanley Clark. Who y'all excited about? Let me know. I want to know. I want to know. I said Keisha Cole. Oh, and E40. I keep skipping over E40. Sorry, E40. No beef. I want no smoke. You're a legend and a pioneer. No beef. Who are y'all excited about? Chris says Beanie Man. He got the hits. Sure do. Sim Simma. Who got the keys to my bimmer? Vroom. That was Missy. Missy added the vroom. Um, yeah, so let me know who y'all excited about before we get up out of here. Curious to see who y'all rocking with. You see, and let me tell you something. Watch Beanie Man have 11 minutes. We gonna be tight. We gonna be mad as hell. Uh, Dash says Keisha Cole will be a vibe too. She gonna do love for 8 minutes for y'all. For every hood rat who loves Keisha Cole, she gonna go up there and do love for 8 minutes. She gonna give y'all the slow acoustic version, just for all of y'all who love that song. Hey, I know I'm probably about to get roasted in the comments, but niggas love that song. Pun intended. Niggas love that shit. All right, all right. You ODing now. I'm just trying to know who y'all are excited about. The Kendrick songs are out of hand with other artists. David says Beanie Man and his special guests. All right, David might know something we don't know. I ain't seen nothing about no special guests, but that would be fly. He definitely got people he could bring up. Yo, if Beanie Man bring out Maya, I might start a riot. I'm just saying, I might wild out. Might wild out. You know what I'm saying? It'd be all over the news. Brooklyn man and podcaster tries to start a riot because Beanie Man brought out Maya. Oh man. All right. So y'all are excited about Keisha Cole and Beanie Man. All right. You're not really giving a F about nobody else. All right. That's okay. You know, that's all right. I got to go back and listen to that Alex Isley album or EP or whatever it is. I didn't know she's been out 10 years. I'll be honest, I'm late to Alex Isley. I didn't really know her music like that until very recently. Does Maya have a tiny desk? I don't think so. Chris says, why is E40 up there? He's celebrating 30 years of an album. He's celebrating 30 years of In a Major Way. That's the project. Chris, you weren't here when I explained, but in June, they're celebrating two things simultaneously. Black Music History Month. Yeah, Black Music Month. And also everyone in the lineup is celebrating an anniversary of one of their projects. So we went down the list. All of the people, excuse me, all of the people I named have an album or song or something that's turning, 25, 20, 10, 15-year anniversary, that kind of thing. They didn't call me. I don't know what happened. Food for Thought been out 15 years. I didn't get a call. I'm appalled. Maybe because I be up here getting my hate off on them. Dash says, don't think Maya has. Nah, I don't think Maya has a tiny desk either. We can look it up. No, let me look it up right now, just for y'all. One time for the one time. Bum, 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 bum. No, I do not want a free trial of YouTube TV. Maya Tiny Desk. We are all. Oh, wait, that says May. That's not Maya. Never mind. Never mind. No, Maya does not have a tiny desk. Nope. Sorry. That would have been fly too. You know what I'm saying? Maya get up there and do Case of the X. We all gonna be super hype. You know what I'm saying? As soon as we hear bang, We gonna be hype as hell. Another message. Okay, let me see. Let me see what y'all got. Who's texting me? Who this? Who there? Backseat cold. Funny. Got it. Thank you, Dash. Salute. All right. Well, that's it. Maybe we need to all email Tiny Desk and tell them to throw Maya up in there. You know what I'm saying? With her fine ass. Maya been looking sexy as hell since I don't even know how old. Still in the best shape you ever see. It's crazy. Think she's vegan too. Anyway, this ain't about Maya. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Weeknights. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Don't forget to email Tiny Desk about Maya. What this says, Beanie could bring out Sean Paul or the Neptunes. Beanie Man could bring up a lot of people. But anyway, thank you for being here. This has been Weeknights. We will see you tomorrow. This is Weeknights Live. We'll be live tomorrow at the same time, 7:30. Adios. Hit it, Dash. Oh, must be medication time at the recovery house. Dash is MIA. Well, oh, there you go. Bye. I thought they was giving her the meds at the recovery house. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to linger for a minute. Y'all can head up on out of here.